countless times in the past I've talked about ridiculous Power Ranger villains. Well, this episode was no different. Cat O'Clock, a cat monster with an alarm clock in its chest. Power Rangers Ninja Steel, episode 18. Yeah, we're that far ahead already. 18. I'm actually thanking everything for that we're this far ahead. The Adventures of Redbot. Meow meow. The Adventures of Redbot opens with, obviously, Redbot. I guess he's got too much of an imagination, more of an imagination than they want to let on. I say imagination, I use that word specifically because Saban skipped Resha Sentai Tokyuger, which was pretty much based, their powers, their abilities, everything was based upon imagination. Their power was only limited by the depths of their imagination. Well, Redbot, being a robot, mind you, you figure wouldn't have that much of an imagination to begin with. No, he apparently has such a wild imagination, meow meow, that it gets ahead of him and he makes mistakes and he starts writing his adventures down in a book. He gets all sorts of facts mixed up, scenes where the Power Rangers have saved a certain person or defeated a certain monster, and Redbot has taken that situation and written himself in there as if he was the one who was the hero, basically saving the Power Rangers and saving the people. And of course, as you could tell, the Rangers and a lot of other people, once they find out about this, they don't really care for it, and they start to blame Redbot for a lot of things. Meow meow. The cat monster himself, Cat O'Clock, meow meow, is annoying. Very, very annoying. We understand he's a cat. He looks like a cat. You don't have to make him say meow meow at the end of every damn sentence that he says. Meow meow. So, the cat monster is basically, I wouldn't even say this is a very competent monster because it doesn't even really fight the Rangers. I don't even think, I'm trying to think, I don't think that this cat monster even laid a hand on the Rangers in this episode. But then when everything was said and done, meow meow, the Rangers actually committed a bit of a cruel act and pretty much brutalized this monster, even though this monster hadn't really even done anything that bad. Yeah, he was gonna blow some stuff up, but he himself never laid a hand on anyone that I noticed. Meow meow. The Rangers literally held the cat down, shot arrows into his clock, destroying his clock, and they just basically brutalized him with his hands tied. There's your saviors, folks. There's your heroes for you. Meow meow. You defeated a defenseless monster, basically. There have been ridiculous defenseless monsters in the past, but even they would have done something, at least what I would have considered, what most people would consider cruel. And this monster didn't really do any of that. Yeah, he had some bad motives, but I think that if this monster was left to his own free will, again, the whole reason behind this apparently is Galvanax wants the Rangers' power stars. This cat didn't even seem like he wanted the power stars. He just wanted to just cause a ruckus, just make a fuss. Meow meow. Totally defenseless. Like I said, there's been defenseless monsters in the past, ridiculous monsters. But even like back to Mighty Morphin, when you've got monsters like pudgy pig who, yeah, couldn't really fight the Rangers very effectively, but still was able to eat their weapons and was still causing a threat by eating all of the food on the planet, and everyone was going hungry. Obviously, that's a threat, that's a problem. And then, like I said, the pig even went as far to eat the Rangers' weapons back in the day, and they had to find a way to get the monster to spit the weapons out, and they actually defeated him. That caused somewhat of a threat. This monster, Cat O'Clock, this cat monster, Meow Meow, was completely defenseless. It didn't even really look all that threatening either. I mean, it just looked like a cute mascot cat face with a clock in its chest and weird robot hands. Again, the side plot in this was Redbot. It's called The Adventures of Redbot. Well, obvious, of course, as he's telling his stories, his wild stories that are over-exaggerated and mixed up and messed up, a publisher hears him and wants to make him a star. Knew that was probably going to happen. Mick obviously has no has no second thoughts about just walking around the school with Redbot, say, "Oh yes, this is my robot project. Isn't he cool? Oh, Mick's got a robot. Oh, how cool! It's a robot. Don't you think they'd be a little bit more excited than, oh, hey, he's got a robot? Big deal. Cool." No, I'd have been like, "Oh my God, it's a freaking robot that talks and thinks and acts and moves on itself on its own and by itself." Again, the universe is a little messed up, I think. Thanks, Saban. Meow meow. But the publisher wants to obviously publish his works into a book, into a novel of all his stories that he called The Adventures of Redbot. Has a book signing at the school. Of course, the cat monster, the worst thing he did was, to try to stall the book truck so it doesn't show up to the signing. What? It's Power Rangers. Have some threats. The monsters are supposed to be attacking the humans or the cities, destroying stuff, hurting people, not stopping a book signing session. Meow meow. Anyway, I thought we would be able to get away with the ass clowns. Not being able to see the ass clowns, Victor and Monty. But no, we saw them. Of course, as soon as the publisher is talking to Redbot and they overhear it, of course they have to butt their way in and said, "Oh, we're his manager. Let's try to change some stuff, and we want to cut, and we can tell stories too." It was completely unnecessary. This was definitely one episode where we didn't need Victor and Monty. They could have stayed completely out of this. Toward the end of the episode, again, everyone realizes that a little girl busts Redbot out and says, "You're not the one who saved me, the Rangers saved me." And everybody is disillusioned, they lose interest, and of course everything seems like it's going downhill from there for Redbot, and basically his reputation is ruined. But then the cat monster comes in and freezes people in time? I don't know how, again, not very threatening. He's not hurting them, he's just freezing them. Freezes everyone in time, of course, including the Rangers, except for Redbot, because he's a robot. Well, of course, he didn't have the ability to stop the monster himself, but when the Rangers are unfrozen, by Redbot, obviously, he was actually able to chase the cat monster away, which isn't hard, he's not threatening. He unfreezes the Rangers, and then goes to help the little girl, who apparently has just walked onto the train tracks, and she was frozen when she was frozen by the cat monster, and the train was about to hit her. Well, the Rangers couldn't get there in time, so Redbot actually does end up saving this same little girl who basically tried to ruin his reputation. The Rangers obviously take care of the cat monster. We have the Megazord battle. They take care of the cat monster as he's giant, meow meow, and the cat monster is finally defeated. Again, cruelly, when he was still regular, human monster size, but But when he actually fought the Megazord, yeah, he tried to fight back a little bit, but wouldn't you? But again, Cat Monster's defeated, and the little girl thanks Redbot. They go back to the book signing. Because the truck was saved, they were actually able to get the books. Blah 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 blah. Almost too much to go over in this episode, even though nothing really happened at all. Nothing interesting, anyway. Meow meow. And the little girl thanks Redbot, lets everyone know he saved me, and all of a sudden, I guess that's all it took for everyone to say, "Oh, well, now we believe him again. I want the book. I want to get one. I want a copy of the book. I want him to sign his autograph, and everything seems to be better for Redbot." Meow meow. The only redeeming factor is that they didn't unfreeze Victor and Monty, and they ended up using him to hold certain supplies. Again, you have to see it for yourself. It's weird, but if only they would keep them frozen for the rest of the season, rest of the entire series. That would make me happy. Meow meow. Anyway, that's the best I could do for Power Rangers Ninja Steel episode 18, The Adventures of Redbot. Meow meow. I got a couple of collector's reviews coming up. They did state that there is a new episode of Power Rangers Ninja Steel next Saturday, so I'll be getting to that, obviously, on the weekend. But until next time, guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. You know the deal. Meow meow. This is Rangers Ready to Go. I'm Paul. Later. Meow meow.